day, gamers, and welcome back to another Pokemon Black and White battle. I've had a great game against my good friend SporkKilledtheFork here, so let's get this started. He leads off with his Crobat. I just stay in, thinking, I got to get the Toxic Spikes up, because he's got a freaking wall team, and, ouch, that Brave Bird hurt, so he's probably banded. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out now into my Zapdos to take that Brave Bird, and my Zapdos doesn't have, any defensive EVs, so it still takes a freaking dumpster frick ton of damage from that. Anyway, he stays in, I guess, not expecting my Scarf, and I just Volt Change for the kill. So that's good that that thing's out of the way. So I can send a Noah part again and get my second layer up, which is really what I need right now, because Toxic Poison is not going to cut it for this match. Anyway, he sends in this thing, and obviously it's going to be like the Speed Boost thing, but it's not a Blaziken, it's a Combusken, but it's just as dangerous. So, he's just protecting and setting up, and I set up spikes. Now I'm just trying to roar him away, but he's protecting. And this is getting a little bit dangerous, because if he sets up too much, then he's just going to sweep me. So I got to come up with something, and I got to come up with something fast. And my plan is to bait him into using attacks, switch about, stall him out with the poison, and then kill him with a Weavile's Ice Shard. Anyway, go into this guy, bait him into using a fire attack, go into Milotic to take the fire attack, because I do have some defensive EVs, and he just protects, I guess, thinking, Scarf, whatever. At this point, there's no hope without speeding or taking an attack. Anyway, predict the fighting attack, go into Torterra, and he has Reversal, which is pretty cool, but it's not at full power, so I can take that like a beast. I mean, Torterra is a beast. Unfortunately, I have no choice but to Death Fodder it. But fortunately for me, he misses the Blaze Kick, so that was awesome. And just finish off that guy. That's what you get, Spork, using freaking band, thing. Anyway, in comes a Dusclops now, and oh my gosh, Evo Stone Dusclops is ridiculous. Anyway, he goes for the Focus Punch, because he told me he predicted to switch into Weavile, which honestly would have been a really stupid move, to switch in to a full health Dusclops for, into a Weavile. Obviously, I can't one-hit KO it. And obviously, he can just Will-O-Wisp me. So, anyway, speaking of the Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to go ahead and switch now, because I've got my Leech Seed on it, and I'm, sapping his health, and I just predicted the Will-O-Wisp, so I went into Milotic to absorb that status. Nom 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 nom, fire. Milotic basically eats status for breakfast. It doesn't care about this crap, because it can just rest. So, switch back into this guy, predicting his switch to Chansey or something. But he actually goes for the Pain Split, so, whatevs. He's basically on a clock. He can't stay in here for very much longer, so I'm thinking, well, he's got to switch eventually. Anyway, I got to switch back out now, because I don't want my guy to get burned, because residual damage on Torterra is kind of bad. He switches as well this turn out to Chansey, so that kind of sucks. I would love to get a Leech Seed on it, but it's probably not going to be in here for very long. And this Chansey is the main threat of his team, because the only thing I can kill it with is Infernape, so, I've got to keep Infernape alive and well. Anyway, it has Heal Bell, which really sucks, so I know I can't Toxic Stall it now, and my Dragon Tail missed, so now this Chansey's gonna start... I used one against him, it walled his entire team, and then he raged and used one against me. I guess it's payback, huh? Anyway, sends this thing in again, because I Dragon Tail that Chansey out, and gets poisoned again. So, now I guess we're going to see what it's going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and rest, because I need to get rid of this burn. It's starting to get annoying. So, just get some health back and see what he's going to do. He might, I don't know, Pain Split or something? Who knows? Anyway, just goes for the Nightshade. I can deal with that. That's not too bad. Like I said, he's on a clock, so he can't stay in here all day. Anyway, I'm going to predict him to... I'm not going to predict him to switch. I'm going to predict him to use Pain Split now and go into my Zapdos so he doesn't get that much health back. And I'm just going to Volt Switch out and hope it kills him, because I was thinking, Modest, it might, but it does, nothing. Took that attack like a beast. My god, Dusclops is a monster. So now I've got no choice but to switch back into Milotic and give him all of that health back. Luckily, the Toxic is really starting to rape him now, though, so that's awesome. Sleep Talk, and I get the Dragon Tail, get it out of here, can't Pain Split again, and I send in this Wob. But it's not really that much of a big deal. I mean, Wob can't do anything to me. I can sit in here and stall it from Toxic and just rest all day, so he has to switch. He can't do anything. Unfortunately, I can't switch, so I can't do anything either, but, whatever. At least I can Sleep Talk and wake up eventually. Just go for the Sleep Talk again, get the rest, whatever. Didn't really make any difference. He just switched back into this. So now I'm predicting the pain split yet again, so I go back into Zapdos just to stop him from getting a lot of health back. Block the pain split? Yeah. Okay. Block the pain split. And I'm just going to pull out all the stops, go for T-Bolt. Still doesn't kill it, because apparently this thing is just bulky as crap. But I've got over 100 HP, so I know I can live the Nightshade, and he goes down to the Toxic, finally. Out comes a Chansey, I can't touch it. So I'm going to go into my Infernape now, scare it away, hopefully set up with a Nasty Plot, because I'm pretty sure it can't do anything to me. He Toxics me, not really a big deal. I mean, Toxicing the Infernape, not really anything to be worried about. Anyway, sends in the Wobbuffet now, predicting my fighting attack, I guess, but I went for the Nasty Plot there. So I was kind of stupid this turn. I doubted the power of my Infernape, and I went for another Nasty Plot, thinking maybe he'd Mirror Coat, thinking he could live one, but he Encores me, so now I'm screwed, because I'm stuck on Encore, and if he wasn't toxic right now, I would be totally boned. Fortunately, though, he's also toxic, so he can't stay in here either, so he has to switch. You know, I'm pretty confident that I could have one-hit KO'd him with the Fire Blast, and you'll see why in a little bit, but anyway, Toxic is starting to add up, gotta switch out of here, there's a Magnezone, he sent it into an Infernape, so he's obviously bluffing the Scarf, or he is Scarfed, so I just send in this guy as Death Fodder, or maybe he'll use an Electric Attack, who knows. Anyway, go back into Ape now, and, sends in Nissing again. I'm just going to go for the freaking Fire Blast because I want to kill something. And look, it does over half. So I could have easily one-hit KO him with a Fire Blast, but I guess, you know, I shouldn't doubt the power of the Ape. I mean, this Mix Ape is totally beastly. Anyway, take out this Wobbuffet now. And, he hasn't seen that I have close combat. By the way, 1 HP after Toxic. Oh, that's awesome. So anyway, in comes the Chansey. Just go for the CC, and it lives like a little Chansey. God, don't you just want to strangle that cute, adorable ball of egg? So yeah, it lives, gets soft-boiled up, but there is one thing that I have that I can still do, and that's Real Man's Brick Break. And there's also one advantage I have here over him, and that's the fact that he's got Toxic Poison on him. He has no choice but to soft-boiled every turn. And because he has no choice but to soft-boiled, I don't have to worry about him heal-belling and getting rid of that Toxic. And because he's not going to get rid of the Toxic, it's going to add up, and add up, and add up, and eventually he is not going to be gaining health, he is going to be losing a whole lot of health. So if I just keep spamming Brick Break here, eventually, you know, this is a losing match for him. He is not going to come out of this alive, and he knows that, so he just S-tosses me and lets the Toxic Poison kill him. And he's got one Pokemon left, that's his, this guy here. So I just switch out to Milotic, see what he's going to lock himself into, because he told me it was Specs. So, anyway, in comes Milotic, T-bolts me, whatever. Just send in Torterra now, and that is good game, Spork. So, you know, he thought he would get revenge, but apparently still hasn't gotten that revenge, because I'm just too pro for him. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and it was much better than the last one. See you guys next time.